So in tonight's session, we start with the TOEFL iBT test sections that are on the new version and 2026 version of the test. As everyone knows that the TOEFL iBT section covers all the four skills, the main skills that are on every international test: the reading section, the listening section, the speaking and writing section. These are the sections that are available, and they're on the test as well. Right now, we have that one as well, and they are all in order. So first, we will face the reading, then the listening, then speaking and writing. Writing is the last part. So they are all checking the test takers proficiency level and real academic and campus settings. It means they all check the person's understanding on whether he or she can communicate in a real academic and campus setting or not. So the version which is right away or right now in 2026 version, so the things have changed. It has become more modern, and it has changed to modern style, because in the previous version, especially with the reading, so we might have faced with classic texts or classic topics that they were kind of very unknown. But right now it is completely modern, so we have it. So that's the overall part of the test that covers all the sections of the skill. Right now, it's the same. It covers all the essential skills that we have on the test. Now, let's get into the overall format, the overall uh, information about each section. That's the important thing that we will cover tonight. What we expect in the reading section, what we expect in the listening, and what we should expect in the speaking and writing section. So, first of all, let's go on with the key facts that are about the overall sections. First of all, let's go on with timing. Right now, it is under 2 hours. It doesn't take long time. Previous version of the test was around 2 hours and 15 minutes with all checking and so on. But right now, it's under 2 hours. It's almost 1.5 hours, which is again adaptive. So we'll talk about what do we mean by adaptive sections. So, and the features have also changed. They are relevant, and they provide the opportunity to kind of show our foundational skills and abilities in English communication. So there, what we have the overall facts related to the test. Now, how it will be administered, as you know, like the previous tests, it can be done through test centers and can be taken at home via computer. If you have a computer, you can take it at home. If you want to go on it with a test center, so that's also possible. But both ways are possible. And the test format doesn't change. The test that you take at a test center is the same as the test you take at home. The test format doesn't change. That's the same. The only thing is that whenever you're taking the test at home, you have to have certain equipments and you have to follow certain instructions while taking the test at home. So those instructions are provided beforehand, and they're also available on the website if you want to have the test. So you can check it at the website. What are the requirements of taking the test at home with a computer, right? So the next thing is in the previous version of the test, most sections required us to be very skillful at note taking. But right now, in the new version of the test, note taking is not too much emphasized. If you would be good at note taking, that's great, okay? But right now, in the new version of the test, that's not too much recommended, okay? If you would be enough skillful at doing the test, answering the questions quickly in a very short amount of time, so will not need uh, very skillful note taking part. Okay, so we're not supposed to be very skilled at note taking in order to take the test like the previous version. So if you would be, that's great. But if you wouldn't, or if you can't actually take great notes, uh, so you can work on other skills instead to pass the test successfully, especially with the listening, which in the previous version, so the lectures, the conversations were long and you needed to take notes. But right now, it's too short, it's not long. So even when the person is focusing deeply on the lecture, on the talk, announcement, or conversation, so they can pass the test successfully without having great notes. So that's especially in the listening and the speaking section, which in the previous version it was required, but right now it's not as required like the previous version. So that's with the note taking. The next point is with the accent. Many people ask the accent of the listening and the speaking sections, whether it is American accent or United Kingdom or any other. The thing is that all of these accents would be possibly used into the test, right? You might face a North American accent, you might face a United Kingdom, or it's also called British accent. So you might face or you might hear that kind of accent, or you might face the Australian. So it means the test is arranged the way that all these varieties are combined. Okay, you might face a North American accent. So in one conversation, the next one might be an American accent, or in a talk, there would be an Australian accent used. So there are a variety of accents that we might face actually in the real world as well. So we have to be enough prepared. We have to be ready enough in order to uh, communicate thoroughly in English, and we should not face any problem. So this test, the speaking and the listening especially, these two are uh, focusing on this part, whether you understand these different accents or not. So overall, this is how it is administered. There are 4 sections. It's under 2 hours right now, and the features that are there right now, they're more modern than the past. And the thing is that we can take the test both at home and at a test center. The instructions would be given on each section of the test. And the next thing is we are actually allowed to take notes, but in the new version, it's not always recommended because the lectures, the talk, the conversation, the announcement, they're very short. Even sometimes if the test taker is skillful enough, they even don't need to take notes. And the next part was with the accent. So inside the test, we might face different types of accents. It can be North American, United Kingdom, Australia, or other accents that English spoken countries may have. So it reflects a variety of accents that a test taker might face, like a real world application. So the next thing is with the test format, the questions and the timing. as I already stated, that it is less than 2 hours right now. So the tests are also adaptive. Look, when I say adaptive, it means it changes the time as well. It's not a certain time. It is we call it approximate time. It can get around 2 hours or less than, but not more than that. So the timing would be uh, as stated, as you can see here on the screen. So first of all, we have the reading section. We have 3 tasks in the reading section. Complete the words, read in daily life, and read an academic passage. And the number of questions we might face is around 50 questions, and the approximate time is 30 minutes. It means the whole reading section will take 30 minutes to complete. The next part is the listening section. There are 4 tasks in the listening. The first one is listen and choose a response. Second is listen to a conversation. The third is listen to an announcement. And the fourth one is listen to an academic talk. So the number of questions that we might face is 47 questions. And we have to answer these 47 questions in 29 minutes. The next part is the writing section. In writing section, we have build a sentence task, we have write an email, we have write for an academic discussion, and there are around 12 questions, and the time which is provided is 23 minutes. The last section of the test is the speaking. So listen and repeat and take an interview are the 2 TOEFL tasks in the speaking section, which takes around 11 questions. And 8 minutes we have to complete them. So this is what we have overall format and questions with the timing. Now let's get into adaptive, multi-stage adaptive testing and scoring, how it is scored. So when I say adaptive, 2 sections of the test are adaptive. The listening and the reading, they are adaptive sections. So when I mean adaptive simply refers to the somehow progress of the test based on performance. It simply means that if you are doing well on the first section or the first part, the second part will be harder. On the reading and listening, it is called module. Okay, it has 2 modules, the first module and the second module. If you do well on the first module, around, for example, 60% of your questions, your answers, the answers to the questions are correct, so the second module will get harder. If you answer, for example, around 40% of the questions correctly, and the other 60% is incorrect, it means you will be directed to the easier module in the second module. So both the reading and the listening are based on modules. They are based on your performance on the first part of each section. If you do well on the first part, no matter it's listening or reading, the second will be harder. It will go to a difficult level. But if you do somehow poorly on the first section, the second part would be easier. This is called the meaning of adaptive. So that's why the timing and the number of questions will be different. So this is kind of ensuring, again, uh, the quality of the test. It is uh, kind of going on with experience that the test taker might show in both cases, okay? Poor or difficult, right? The next is with the scoring and reporting. We'll discuss about the reporting at the end as well. For the writing section, you type your responses and they're sent to the ETS for scoring. The speaking, again, the same thing. You will speak to the microphone and your response will be digitally recorded and sent to ETS for scoring. There's no video to record. It's all uh, what do we have? MP3 or somehow it's audio kind of. So after finishing the test, there will be an unofficial scaled scores. Okay, before you receive your official certificate, it will tell you two scores, two unofficial scaled scores, and those two are from reading and listening. It will tell you that, for example, at that day that you have passed the test, okay, after finishing all the test, at the end it will show two sections score, the reading and the listening. If you got, for example, 4, 4.5, 5, so whatever score you got at that day in reading and listening, at the end of the test it will show that. And after 72 hours or around 3 days, you will receive your official score. You will receive the speaking and writing score as well. But the reading and the listening, the unofficial score will be shown after you pass or you complete the test. Got it? So the unofficial score of the reading and the listening are shown at that day, but the writing and the speaking sections, they will be shown after their evaluation, after they're scored, and your official scores are reported. Right now, it's both somehow they're delivered both online. You can somehow go into your account, download it, or often it is delivered through email and mails, which is also possible. So this is how the multi-stage adaptive test in scoring works. When we call adaptive, it means the reading and the listening sections are based on performance. If you do poorly on the first section, the second section is less difficult. It is easier. If the test taker goes on well and answers the question perfectly on the first section, on the first module, the second module would be a bit difficult, and the questions will be arranged based on the test taker's performance and the scoring, which I told you. So if you want somehow with the people, if you want to take the test, or people who are disabled, okay, they have disabilities, there are some reasonable recommendations on the website as well, which you can refer to that. There is actually a link, so I'll share the file with you. So if anyone who is disabled, they can also take the test, but they have to have some requirements, some accommodations that they're needed. So that's also a necessity. Now, the next thing is with each specific section of the test, what we will expect. So before going to the reading and the listening, what do you think? What we will expect in the reading and listening sections? Miss Zainul Arab?
Yes, teacher. I think the reading is we have to read the passage and answer the questions. And also we summarize the passage and then we can answer the passage, answer the question.
Summarize the passage and answer them?
I think yes.
Mm-hmm.
The reading should be we have to know the meaning of the main idea of that passage. Oh, this is the lesson. Yes. And we have to realize the main idea of the passage, and we have to summarize it. And the listening, we have to, when we listen, after listening, we have to answer the questions.
Okay, thank you. Miss Firishta?
Yeah, teacher. So first of all, hello. Hope all of you be fine. So teacher, in a reading section, we should admit, as our classmates mentioned, we should get the main idea until we can analyze it by our own words. And also in a listening section, we should listen carefully and then take note. Because when you take note, it helps you to remember that what the speakers said before. So that's why in a reading section, just you need to get the main idea, and in a listening section, you should listen carefully and take notes, teacher, because taking note is very important for you, really, I think, on that time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Miss Kamali?
Sir, about the reading, a few minutes ago we studied that the reading section, it has three kinds of questions. First, it will be the word, completing the words. It will come a passage, then we will read, and there are some missing words inside of the passage, that some words are not there. So we will read the passage and complete those words which are missed, or some letters of the words. We will complete that one. This is the first section. The second section of the reading is about reading about daily life, or for example, our friend or someone, they send us an email or some letters which is informal or telling us something. Then we will read that one, and according to that email or that passage that we received or letter, we will answer some questions. For example, what is the main idea or what is inverted to, and other things. We will answer this one. And the third section is about reading a passage. We will read an academic passage about anything, like it can be biology, psychology, anything else. We will read this passage, and also we will answer to some questions. It's about reading. And about listening, we will listen to some discussions or some debates, or sorry, not debates, discussions or some conversations, and also an academic talks. We will listen and we will answer to the questions. Yeah.
Great. Okay, thank you for your ideas. So let's go ahead with the reading section, what we expect on the reading section, and then listening. As you know, the reading section will include many or a variety of tasks. It has tasks that they are actually used in our modern learning environment as well, whether we are at university or outside university campus. So these reading tasks are kind of evaluating our ability on them as well. For example, when we have an email, we have to read it and then answer the question. So it is testing our ability on understanding that email. Or if it is a post, so it is testing our ability on understanding the post. So all the texts are kind of self-contained, okay, and they do not need any specialized background knowledge. If we carefully read them, we can easily choose the right answer. We can find the right answer. And the second thing is that, again, it doesn't need any specialized vocabulary that should be very specific to a specific major. No, it's more comprehensive, and we can easily guess the meaning according to the context, according to the the idea which is delivered. So it is, again, used in modern learning environments, and it's not specialized. So the first thing is we might face some academic passages. Those passages may focus on history, life science, physical sciences, social sciences, art, music, business, and economics. These are the common uh, subject areas that these passages might focus. And the next is with campus life situations. So there would be emails, posters, social media posts, schedules, forms, receipts, signs, advertisements, informal messages, and other different situations that we might face in and outside of uh, campus. So academic passages and campus life situations are uh, the things that we might face on the reading section. We have to read them and then answer the questions. So we'll come to the different question types that we might face on each of them. So we'll discuss that later. So let's go to each task. The first one is complete the words task. In complete the words task, we will face a short paragraph, a short academic paragraph, which is probably between 70 to 100 words, and part of the word is deleted. It means there are some missing letters into the words, and we have to read the entire paragraph and guess the rest or the completion of the missing letters. We have to complete that one, reconstruct the missing parts, and make the paragraph's meaning and the content complete. So this task is especially focusing on the test taker's ability in understanding vocabulary, grammar, and spelling. These three skills are tested in complete the words task. Okay. If the person is able to use a variety of words in different contexts, in different passages, or different in their different forms, so this task is really easy. Okay. Similarly, grammar is important. Spelling is another important part for the reading task. So the first task is complete the words. Second task is called read in daily life task. Daily life task. Again, we have two types of daily life tasks. One is short daily life task, and the second is long daily life task. Usually, it is a practical text, which might include emails, notices, social media posts, schedules, or announcements, and things that we actually face in our daily life. And the range of words is between 15 to 100 words. So that's in range, okay? It's not always within the same word range. It can be different. And the thing is, here, the things that are asked would be about the purpose of the email, for example. It brings an email and it asks why or what's the purpose of this email. Or if it is a social media post, it usually focuses on the main idea or the purpose of that social media post. One of the most important parts in daily life task is the main idea. We have to know what is the main idea. The next thing is it might check the test taker's ability on inferences and idiomatic expressions that might be used into that read in daily life task, read in that passage. the person should be strongly skillful in inferences to make the right conclusion out of the passage. So, inference, main idea, expressions that are used, and scanning and skimming, they are the important skills we have to know in order to answer this task effectively. Read in daily life task. The third task is the academic passage. Read an academic passage. It is not like the passage test takers faced before 2026 version. In 2023 version, the length of the texts were around 700 words, but right now it's very shorter. It's around 200 words, and again, it is about a variety of topics. The skills that are tested here would be, again, main ideas, context of the information, details, structures, inference, vocabulary, and again, figurative and idiomatic expressions. So these are the important skills that this task is exactly testing a person's ability on. Now, the next is the listening section. The listening section, again, it is another adaptive section that we have on the test. It brings a wide variety of real-world situations in order to evaluate the test taker's ability in English communication. Okay, it is delivered in a natural conversational English. The conversation which is given, the talk which is, the announcement. So they're all natural. Okay, so we have to be able to communicate and answer the questions effectively. It is exactly checking that kind of ability. So the important features that it has, we have to know certain things. For example, the reduced forms, the false starts that are there, hesitations or pauses that are made into that listening, the digressions, off-topic remarks, which is very important. Often the talk will be going and talking about outside topics that they're not related or totally related to the main topic. So that is an important part in listening. Okay, so we have to be careful. It is kind of an authentic speech, so we have to be careful of those parts. Or polite interruptions that might happen in a natural conversation or in a natural speech by a professor or any other speaker. It is important. So the thing is, we may actually take notes, although right now it is very short, but if note-taking, if you are actually really good at note-taking, the best thing is to go ahead with note-taking, focus on the main ideas, key details, and how the ideas are related to each other, right? Beside paying attention to each part of this. The reduced forms, the false starts, how the speaker starts the idea, hesitations, digressions, and polite interruptions. Now let's go on to the 4 tasks that we have on the listening section. The first task is called listen and choose a response. Listen and choose a response. This task is measuring our ability on exchanging information indirectly or in an implied way, right? Not impolite, implied, okay, or indirect, right? So here, first of all, we will hear a short sentence. Then we have 4 options. We will choose the best answer for that sentence, best comment for that. So we'll discuss them in detail when we come to each section. The next part is listen to a conversation. That's the next task. In listen to a conversation, usually there are two speakers and they're discussing about a certain topic, and then we have to answer specific questions. Usually there are two questions per each conversation, and the conversation might be about everything that we might face in or outside the campus life. It can be about shopping, it can be about dining, it can be about classwork, it can be uh, other topics related to campus or our daily life. Again, the skills that are tested are the main ideas, understanding the important information, important details, inference, which is really important, and how the ideas are connected or interrelated to each other. The third task is listen to an announcement. First, here you will hear a short announcement related to the campus or outside the campus life. And then you will answer two questions related to that announcement. Okay. That announcement can be about the directions, about the rules, about the achievements, new publication, new establishments, new changes. So, as usual, every day we face announcements. So it's not again too long, it's around 40 to 85 words. And here the skills that are tested are main ideas, important details, inference, and the purpose of the speaker. And lastly, we have listen to an academic talk. It is the last task in the listening section. This talk is usually around 1 minute and a half to 1 minute and 40 seconds or 50 seconds. It's not again very long like the 2023 version of the test, because in the previous version you had to listen to a 5 minute or 4.5 minute lecture, but here it's shorter, around 1.5 minute to 1 minute and 40 seconds or 50 seconds. Again, the topics would be different. A variety of topics would be covered. It can be history, it can be life science, art, business, sociology, political science, psychology. So any topics would be possible, but they're not, again, specialized, not a specialized topic. For example, medicine. In medicine is a specialized major, so we will not have that. Instead, we might have topics related to biology. Okay, that's possible. And here, again, the skills that are tested would be understanding the main idea, the supporting details, inferences, and recognizing how the ideas are organized, how the talk is organized. So overall, if we conclude, in listening section, we will have these 4 tasks. Listen and choose a response, listen to a conversation, listen to an announcement, and listen to an academic talk. Now, let's summarize what we have discussed already. So to summarize, we have these 4 sections: reading, listening, writing, and speaking, and they're all completed under 2 hours on the same day, because when I say on the same day, it's on purpose. In IELTS, if you have the information, we are not able to pass all the sections on the same day. Okay, we have to pass 3 skills on one day, and speaking will be taken on another day, right? So on IELTS we have that kind of structure, but on TOEFL test, All the sections are on one day, and it will be completed under 2 hours. So it's adaptive. The reading and the listening sections are adaptive. The writing and the speaking are not adaptive. Just these two sections are adaptive, and they are based on your performance, based on the test taker's performance. If the test taker goes on well with the first part, with the first module, second module will be more difficult. If the test taker answers the questions poorly, the second module will be easier. So based on performance, it measures your ability based on the difficulty level. The next thing is, we have mentioned that all the reading and the listening topics are real world topics, and they will cover issues that they might happen inside the campus life or outside the campus life. And the accents could be in a variety. It can be the accents from North America, the British, and the Australia. So a variety of accents are possibly used. And the next thing is, it's both available at test centers and worldwide at homes. Okay, so that's all what we have discussed on the reading and the listening. Now let's get into the writing and the speaking sections. So before we go to the speaking and listening section, let me have your idea what we will expect on writing and speaking. Yes, Miss Firishta.
Yeah, teacher. So, in my perspective, in a speaking section, first of all, we should have a clear accent because having clear accent help you to, to transfer your main idea to the listener. So that's why it's important as as a student or another things. And also in a writing section, also it's so important to use from academic words because whenever we are using from academic words, it shows our the high quality. So that's why first of all in a speaking section have an accent, and also speaking fluent is very important. And in a writing section, using from academic work is very important and significant because it shows your high quality.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Miss Zainul Arab.
Yes, teacher. In my thinking, in writing we must consider the complete sentence, period and comma and quotation mark on our writing passage, and also correct words spelling. And speaking also, we have to speak clearly and pronounce the correct pronunciation.
Okay, yeah, they're important. Thank you. Miss Bilqis.
Okay, teacher. Teacher, first, I have a question. Do you have any change in writing section or no? Because in the past, yeah, teacher, continue.
Could you please repeat it?
Teacher, in the past we had in the writing part we had two kinds of writing. First we had integrated part, and the next one was, I think, writing an academic essay. So is it the same as the past or no?
or do we have any change right now?
Right now it's totally changed.
So, totally, teacher.
Yeah.
You mean that we don't have the listening and speaking and writing part as
No.
as we had in the past?
No, we don't have. Integrated task is deleted. Writing personal opinion task or personal experience task is deleted. Right now we don't have.
So, because it is totally changed, I don't know whether we accept it to do, but I think we have to first, if we want to answer the questions, we have to first we have to understand the question. Then, when we want to write the paragraph or essay, we have to write a good paragraph, good introduction, and also we have to get the question and have a good order in our writing section, and also our grammar must be correct, and we have to organize it very well, and our vocabulary is also very important, and also the spelling of the words, and then as I said, we have to have a good introduction, we have to have accurate summary, and also we should have a good relationship between our sentences and use conjunctions and these things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, they're important parts. Miss Sahar.
Okay, in the writing section, we are expected to write clear, organized, and correctly essays in English that answer the question fully. And the skills we must show are essay structure, thesis statement, topic sentences, supporting details, grammar, vocabulary, and independent writing task. And in the speaking section, we are expected to speak clearly, fluently, and organized in English about a topic or question. And the skills we must show are fluency, pronunciation and intonation, organization of ideas, and independent speaking tasks.
So independent task.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, in the new version of the test, we don't have any of them. We don't have integrated task. We don't have independent task. Instead, we have other tasks instead. Miss Kamali.
Yes, sir. Sir, about the writing test. In the writing text, we will write an email about, for example, we want to write an email to a professor or someone else. In here, we have to write an academic writing. In this position, they are checking our writing skills in our academic life or in our campus life, which is all belonging to real world, the real communication that we are doing according to email or writing task. This is about the writing that we are expected to do. And also about the speaking part, we have to repeat some sentences that they are telling us, then we have to repeat them. It shows or it expected us to see our accent and how we are able to to catch the words and repeat them as they are. And also we are also invited to an interview, which is a real or somehow we can say a natural interview which show our how we can understand and how we can answer the questions, which also expect or check our speaking skill as well. I think it's about that one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you. Really appreciate everyone's ideas. So since we don't have time, yeah, we will cover the writing and the speaking sections the next session, and we'll see what tasks are, what skills are tested, and we will cover the rest of them. So, are there any questions for now? Yes, Miss Kamali.